What is fear? Fear is one of the most primitive and powerful emotions we experience as humans. It originates deep within our biology in the limbic system, and its original function was to keep us safe from real dangers, such as predators or hostile environments. However, in our modern lives, fear has evolved, and instead of protecting us from physical threats, it often activates in the face of the unknown, change, or emotional risk. Fear is nothing more than a natural response from our body and mind. Its purpose is not to paralyze us, but to prepare us, by speeding up our heart rate, sharpening our senses, and putting us on alert. It's an alarm that tells us, there is something important here. Where does fear come from? Fear has its roots in the survival instinct, but it also feeds on our past experiences, limiting beliefs, and the uncertainty generated by the future. When we were children, we learned that something was dangerous or risky, and our unconscious mind recorded those situations as threats. As we grow, these memories get activated, often unconsciously, shaping our decisions and behaviors. Spiritually, fear can also be understood as a signal of disconnection. When we forget our innate ability to adapt, trust in ourselves, and flow with life, fear emerges to remind us that we need to reconnect with our inner strength. Is there a life without fear? The truth is no, and there shouldn't be. A life without fear would also be a life without challenges, without growth. Fear is inevitable because it is part of our human condition. However, what we can do is learn to live with it in a healthy way, turning it into a driving force rather than a chain that immobilizes us. Why is it so hard to overcome fear? Overcoming fear is not easy because it involves facing the unknown, leaving our comfort zone and challenging beliefs we've held for years. Also, we often confuse fear with weakness, which leads us to repress or avoid it. But fear doesn't disappear by ignoring it. It only transforms into a shadow that follows us. Psychologically, overcoming fear requires two things: awareness and action. Awareness to recognize that fear is present, understand what triggers it, and accept its existence. Action to take small steps toward what scares us, proving to ourselves that we are stronger than we believe. Imagine fear as a beacon in the dark. It's not there to stop you, but to illuminate the path that matters. Every time you feel fear, you are facing something that has the potential to transform you. It might be a new project, a difficult conversation, or a decision that will change the course of your life. Fear also forces us to prepare, to be aware of our capabilities, and to strengthen our confidence. It invites us to stop and reflect. Is what I fear real, or is it just a projection of my mind? By seeing fear as a teacher, it gives us the opportunity to strengthen and grow. How to use fear to your advantage. Accept fear, acknowledge its presence without judgment. You are not less for being afraid. It is a human response, and it is here to help you. Identify its origin. Ask yourself, where is this fear coming from? Is it from a past experience? Is it a limiting belief? Act despite the fear. Take a small step toward what you fear. Action turns fear into confidence. Focus on the present. Fear often feeds on what might happen, not on what is happening right now. Practice mindfulness to stay in the present moment. Surround yourself with support. Talking about your fears with someone you trust can help you see them from a different perspective. Fear is not your enemy. It is the companion that invites you to step out of your comfort zone, rediscover yourself, and challenge the limits you once thought were immovable. If you are feeling fear, it's because you are growing. Remember, the greatest mistake is not fearing, but allowing fear to stop you from moving forward. The next time you feel fear, instead of running away, welcome it, listen to it, learn from it, and keep going. Because at the end of the journey, you'll realize that fear was not an obstacle, but a sign that you are on the right path. And never forget this truth. Fear doesn't disappear when you conquer it. It transforms into the fuel that powers your courage.